All right. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Nameless Losers. As
Oh,
always, I'm Ryan,
and I'm Alyssia.
and today we're going to talk about adulting, because that's always fun, right? So, I got a question.
Oh God,
when when was the first time that you actually felt like an adult?
I hate you're putting me on the spot.
I can go first if you want me to.
Please, so I can think of a story.
So, like, when I was 16, like that's when I got my driver's license. I was like, oh yeah, I can go, I can drive around. I'm free now.
I got mine at
And
like 18.
yeah, I know you did, but like I felt free for like the first time, and even though my car was trash, like it was, I drove it up from Raton, and then that was it. Like it just stopped working on me. I paid for insurance and everything. I had my job at Walmart, and that was a whole thing. And I started saving up money. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna get like started on my savings and everything, and then it stopped working, so I stopped driving. I was still paying insurance on it for some reason. I don't know why. Like no one told me. It's like, hey, don't. You should probably stop paying insurance because you can't even drive your car around anymore.
You kept paying it?
I kept paying it, and then I lost my job at Walmart, and I kept paying it. So I was like, yeah, this is fine.
You
I'll.
felt like an adult at 16.
No, that's part of it. Like I thought that I felt like an adult at 16.
Oh, it gets worse.
I thought that I was an adult. That's the sad thing. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is what it's like. And then when I turned 18 after we graduated, I immediately moved out of my parents' house or my mom's house. I tried to go up to Denver and live with my aunt for a while to try to, because I was going to go to college.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was really nothing to do. It was just the same as my mom's house, just sitting there watching TV, working, looking for a job. And then I got kicked out of there, so I moved down to Raton with my brother. This is when I actually realized that I had no idea what being an adult was. I went down there, and my brother had asked me to pay rent money because I was staying at his house. So I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. That's part of being an adult. I didn't know that minimum wage down there is like $4 or $5 less than what it is in Colorado.
Yeah.
So he asked me, I believe, for like $300 for rent, which isn't that much, to be honest.
No, that's not.
But I was also working part time, so I wasn't working 40 hours a week.
Oh.
I was doing, I believe, 25. So like getting $7.50 an hour for 35 hours a week, it wasn't great. And I didn't realize how much money I spend on food and how much money I spend on like snacks and like things that I want. And then it hit me because I had to pay him the money that I owed him, and I was paying utilities and everything. And it was so bad because I just spent all my money on food. The first month that I was there, I was like, "Oh, um, yeah, I don't have that. I got these gummy worms though. You want some gummy worms? I can pay you in gummy worms. Yeah."
Come here and still pay the bills, right? Keep the lights on.
I didn't know that.
They got me where was okay.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I would love it if gummy worms just go out buy gummy worms and like pay my landlord. Just here you go,
I
have
remember.
this.
I remember going to your house one time. We TP'd your house,
When me and Ira first moved in, yeah.
and you and Ira picked up the toilet paper and used
Ira picked it up.
Not only that, you were eating with the lights off, and it was like you couldn't see anything in your house.
This is after I moved out of my brother's house. I had learned a couple things by then, which was like a year later. So, firstly,
Don't eat with the lights on.
utilities are expensive.
Yeah.
Lights use electricity. Water is another part of utilities, and it's just a whole thing. Like the first month that I was living with Ira, I don't know how, and I didn't even know that sewage was a thing. But that was the highest bill on our utility list.
Sewage?
Sewage.
So you guys shitting?
Ira spent most of his time on that toilet.
Dude.
It was pretty bad. But
Well, he did take farting pills in high school, so I can see that.
yeah, okay. Anyway, like no one prepares you for that stuff though. Like my mom didn't tell me, he's like, hey, so don't spend all your money on food and like video games because you're gonna have to pay rent and you still have to pay for your utilities and you have to pay for insurance and you have to pay for all these different things and it adds up really quickly. Like once you get into the mindset of like starting to put money where it needs to go, you realize after how much money you actually have and you cry yourself to sleep a little bit.
Are you okay? Do you need a hug?
I'm fine. I've grown into the mindset of like paying everything, so I got used to it.
Feel you. So I go to college and I pay for my own college bill and I was paying for rent out there as well.
Yeah.
So one of the summers I was like, okay, I'm gonna take up a few jobs so that way I have some money out there to like do what I want to do and also to cover for bills and stuff and then I'm gonna get a job out there when I'm out there.
Yeah, have fun with sleep.
No, that's the problem.
Yeah.
So I was a waitress at this restaurant. It was in a hotel. It's called the Peaks. You know it, but I'm
Yeah.
just explaining it
Yeah.
for them. And then I worked at the college, and basically they fed you, and you had a place to sleep. So I was like, okay, so I get free food, a place to sleep, and also I get to work. So I worked the weekends at waitressing, and then I worked the weeks at the college. And I would always fucking fall asleep on the job.
Yeah.
Because and also sometimes at night I would work waitressing, and so whenever we had time, I would go back to the room and just sleep and sleep.
Yeah.
And I had money, but I had no energy to spend it, which is probably a good thing. And I didn't have to pay for utilities or anything because I was staying at a
Yeah.
living in, so I was like, thank God. And it was just all going to school. So when I paid off the school bill, I was like, oh, I don't have money to
Yeah.
go to concerts, go do nothing that I want to do, just eat.
Yeah. Yeah. See, like that's the thing. Is it you have to work. You have to get all this stuff done, and then by the time all that's done, you don't want to do your homework because you're tired from getting off work. Like when I was in high school, that's when I was working the Walmart job. I was in high school. I was taking classes at the college and classes at
The high school.
the high school. I had to take. I didn't. I technically didn't have to take English in the college, but I did because I thought it would, it'd help me get ahead, even though I didn't go to college anyways. So I was taking college English and I was taking high school English, and at that time, both of them wanted me to write essays, and I was working. I didn't get off from work until 11 at night. I went in at 5:30 and got off at 11 because that's the only times that I could work.
Oh my god.
And then I still had to write essays for both classes. Thankfully, my English teachers liked me. I still got like points off for turning them in late, but they liked my writing
Work.
style, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. But it was horrible. I hated it. Staying up until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning just trying to finish a paper, or falling asleep midway through writing a paper, and then still having to do math and all this other homework. It was it's just tiring.
I feel you. I worked at McDonald's for a while. I don't know if you remember
I
that.
do remember that, yeah.
And they would never let me off at the times that I got off. And so I would
Yeah.
have to work late. And I remember one night this this whole bus came in of people, and it was just like I was supposed to get off, and
Yeah.
then they're like, you got to stay, the whole bus like just came out and we need help. And I was like, fuck, I have homework to do, I have stuff to do, man. And anyways, the people that got off the bus, there was two people that were throwing hands.
Just started a fight in the McDonald's parking lot.
And I'm just trying to do my job, and like one of the guys comes up to me and he's like, are you gonna do anything about it? And there's two big ass dudes fighting, and I'm 15 years old, and I'm like, like I'm not very big. I'm like 5'2". What am I supposed to do about two grown ass men throwing hands?
Assert your dominance.
I was like, sir, you could probably do more than me.
See, that's the thing though, is like we've established last episode that I'm 4'11", 5 foot, somewhere around there. But for some reason, people are still scared of me. Like, in high school, there was...
You were the bully.
I didn't try to... I did sometimes, but... I didn't try to be, for most people. Like, if I didn't know you, I wasn't going to pick on you. There was this one guy, and he kept doing... I don't remember what he was doing, but he kept saying something. I was like, you need to stop.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, you were standing there too. I was like, you need to stop. He's like, what you gonna do about it? And he went to go, I think he went to try to punch me.
Yeah.
And I had grabbed his hand, put it behind his back. I think it's like, I don't remember where I learned it from. And I pushed up because like the arm starts dislocating if you push up any higher. I was like, so we have an understanding here, right? He's like, I don't know. Let me go.
He
like,
started crying.
He did. He's like, we're not gonna do that anymore. Correct?
He's like so much bigger than
at that time I believe I was shorter, so I was probably like 4'8", 4'9". I was yeah. This guy's like 5'6". And
every time he saw you, he's like, hey Ryan, how's it going? Like he was like so nice to you.
After that, yeah.
I do want to talk about a story. It's not on our list of things I talked about, but you just like reminded me of something.
Yeah.
I remember you got trapped into the 4th grade class.
I didn't get trapped, alright? I joined them. That was the 6th grade class.
It was 6th grade? I thought it was younger.
No, it was the 6th grade class because at that time I was the teacher's assistant for that class.
Are you sure? There was like a group of I don't know, some graders, and then they thought you were part of the class.
Oh, the teacher, yeah.
Yeah, the teacher thought you were part of the class and was like, "Get in line," and you were like, "I'm graduating. Like I don't
know what.
I'm a 12th grader," and she's like, "Get in line, quit jacking around. We need to go to class." And we were just laughing at you and watching you go.
Like, I could have legitly went with them. I probably would have. Like, screw the rest of the school. I'm gonna go have recess again.
I probably wouldn't want to.
See,
that's way better.
That's how it was with the 6th grade class. Because when I was taking care of them, I think I went in with their line because they were going out to recess, and the teacher, she was taking like a head count and everything, and she's like, I have one extra student. I don't know what's going on here. And I was just like sitting down talking with the kids and everything, and they're like, just don't tell her anything, see if she notices.
Did you have your face shaved?
No.
She's like, there's like a 6th grader with a mustache. I think that's the one.
She's like, I don't remember you being in the class. And I ended up having to go back, but I mean, I don't think I had anything to do that period anyways. So
you should have just told her that. She probably would have went and let you play.
Dude,
I
loved that class though. Like, when I was the teacher's assistant, like, I felt like a god. Like, you have no idea. Like, they would come up, it's like, hey, Ryan. And then, like, they would pay tribute to me. Like sometimes they'd come in with like gummy worms and like give me gummy worms. Like this one kid came in with like a whole bag of like popped popcorn. And is like, "This is for you." I was like, "Thank you. You get a passing grade today."
I I did it with like the first graders, and I went in and their chairs are so small. And I remember she was teaching the classroom, and I went to sit down on the chair, and I fell. And she was just like, "Pay no attention to the girl in the back of the classroom." Oh my god! She's like,
Oh,
"Are you okay?"
see,
I fall a
that's
lot. It's okay. They're kindergartners. They probably don't remember.
so they're gonna tell stories about you when they get into sixth grade. Be like, "Hey, remember that girl?" And like when we were in first grade, she sat in the back of the class and she like fell over. Yeah, she was an idiot.
Those chairs were fucking small, and I'm
um, I don't know what it was, but you were talking about McDonald's, and it just reminded me. We took a trip up to Denver.
oh yes, I know this story.
Yeah. Okay. So there was a program we were in. I think it's sophomore through senior year,
Yeah, I think so.
and every year they went up to Denver to go to Elitch's, the amusement park, to go to I think a soccer game.
Oh
Like
yeah,
it
the
was in
rapids.
yeah, and they did a bunch of stuff up there. It was like a free week for the program, and it was our senior year. We couldn't go because we graduated.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it was not our senior year. It was after our senior year.
Well, yeah, but we couldn't go anymore because we weren't young enough. God, I feel old saying that. We couldn't go, so we decided that we were going to go on our own. And I went down
Oh
to,
yeah, I was working.
oh God, I forget what it's called. I
Gallup,
feel bad. Gallup. That is a 6 hour trip
and then back.
from here down to there. 3 hours from here to Albuquerque,
Yeah,
and then another three from Albuquerque to Gallup. It's almost at the Arizona border.
yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. I drove that by myself, picked them up, and then drove them back. That was the longest trip of my life.
I bet.
I was. I hated it. Anyway, we got back up. We went up the next day, and I think we went to the game, saw the fireworks. We went to Elitch's. We were going to go to Dave and Buster's, but we had poor planning skills and didn't
Make
plan
it.
enough money.
Yeah.
So
We just ordered a pizza and watched. I think it was
we
that.
we ordered a pizza. The pizza didn't even get there because we got it for like a discounted price. They were like an hour and a half late.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometime that night, you guys had decided, hey, you know what sounds really good? Some ice cream. Mind you, we are in Denver, a place that I haven't been very often, let alone drive very often. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I was the one driving, by the way. No one else knew how to drive. No one else had their car. No one else had a driver's license. I was driving everywhere. So I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, whatever. Just look up where McDonald's
I
is,
think I
the
got my
closest McDonald's.
driver's license a few weeks after
Yeah,
that.
look up the closest McDonald's, and we'll go get ice cream. Okay. So they found a McDonald's. I don't remember how far away it was, but it definitely wasn't within like 15 minutes. And we went, and then we got in the drive-through line, and
We see a Walmart.
I saw the Walmart before we went in. And we were stuck in the drive-through line for a while because the guy in front of us was ordering a bunch of stuff. And sitting there, I'm like, you know what? These McFlurries or whatever you guys want, they're like $3 each. There's three of you, and you each want one. That's like $9. Why don't we just go to Walmart and get a quart of ice cream for the same price, or a half gallon for the same price,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys can have more? And they're like, you know what? That's a good idea. But by this time, we're in the drive-through line.
There's people behind us. We can't back up.
There's people behind us. There's people in front of us, and it's a drive-through line where there's no exits on either side. You have to go through the whole thing to get out. So we pull up, and the guy in front of us pulls up, and the guy at the window he calls us, asks us, "Hey, what do you want?" And the guy pulls up again. So I just drive up, just ignore the guy. I was like, I don't what I wasn't here.
You waited until the cars went all the way through. We're just sitting there, and then you like blasted, and the guy was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Okay, but like we could have taken the guy behind us's food. We didn't.
That's good on us, but we probably should have.
You wanted to. I remember you wanted to. Like, God, this guy's paying. We can just take his food. Hopefully, he has something nice. We're not gonna take that guy's food. What do you think's gonna? That poor guy. He like ordered chicken nuggets or something, and you're just gonna take him. He gets up to the window. He's like, "Oh well, we don't have your food." And that person, they what?
I had this teacher one time, and he would always tell us. You remember Jorge, right?
Yeah.
He would always tell us if a McDonald's is really busy, go to that McDonald's, and then say they forgot your order.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like something you would say.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Life hack 101.
Adulting 101. There you go.
Free food. They might ask you for your receipt. Just say you lost it.
Oh, okay. We went to the Walmart and
you almost hit a lady backing up. You saw us and we're like, Ryan! And then you start backing up and there's old ladies behind you.
I looked behind me. I don't know if like she was just walking like where the back part of my mirror was and I couldn't see her. So I started backing up and like
she's like holding the car and she's like trying to move away from it.
Like she slapped the back of my car and like held her hand there and just like stared at me the whole time she was passing. I was like, I didn't see you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to run you over. I swear.
It was just a bad night.
It was pretty bad. Like I wasn't used to driving in Denver. Like we ran a stoplight.
I remember that
because we were driving and the light. We were like 15 feet away. The light turned orange. It's like, okay, I'm gonna stop. By the time I actually stopped the car, I was in the middle of the street, in the middle of a four-way, and I just...
And luckily no cars went, and they were just watching the whole situation.
I was like, okay, yeah, I should probably go, so I just took off and, like, ran the light. It's a good thing that no cops were around.
They would have fucking pulled you over.
Would have definitely got a couple tickets, maybe my license revoked, I don't know.
Not only did you just run the stop sign,
I stopped in the middle of traffic, yeah. But yeah, that's
Adulting 101.
That's another thing. Driving.
I hate driving. Absolutely hate it.
That's because you sucked at it. When you got your license, I remember you driving with one of our friends, and she came to school the next day, and she's like, yeah, Alyssia almost killed us like 3 times.
Did she die though?
Almost! That's the point.
She is alive and well.
But you couldn't drive. Your dad didn't even trust you driving his truck.
I remember one time my dad, like, he couldn't drive. I don't remember why, but he just got out of the doctors. They told him he couldn't drive, and he asked me to drive. And he wanted to go to Walmart and get, like, a snack or something, or I don't remember.
Yeah.
So we go to Walmart, and I was like, I was nervous because, like, I don't like driving. It makes me nervous. And there's this car, and I was like, please don't go. And then my dad's like, please don't go for your sake and my sake. And I was like, geez.
Thanks, Dad.
Even my dad told me, like, my brother just started driving, and he's like, your brother is a way better driver.
You're a horrible driver. Like, you waited way too long to get your license and everything. Like, it was bad. Like, just the fact that you were scared to drive made you so much worse.
I would go like 20 miles an hour.
It's like driving down the highway, everyone's going 60, 70, and you're just 50 along the curb.
Everyone thinks like I'm a like blind grandma
Yeah.
when I'm like a 20-year-old doing their best.
I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, it's not great.
No, I need to learn how to drive better, but in order to learn how to drive, it means I have to drive, and I don't want to drive.
Yeah, see, I just got used to it. Like the first time I went driving, my mom, she's like, "Yeah, okay." And we went out to Honey, drove out on some of those roads, and then she's like, "Okay, now get on the highway."
Oh my god.
I was like, "What? You want me to what?" It was bad. Like she told me to turn into like this. It was like a little patch of dirt because she wanted to see how my braking was, I guess. And like I didn't know that it was coming up. So she's like, "Turn right here." It's like, "What, right here?" And I turn the wheel like
Oh.
sharp, and like we were alive. That's
Oh my god.
the car didn't flip over, so it's good. But uh, the worst part about it was getting on the highway. Like I couldn't look behind me long enough to see if there were cars coming, and I didn't want to take my eyes off the road that much because like the car kept going to the side. So like I'd look back and then I'd look back at the road and I'm like on the right side of the road and then I'd try to look back again. It was bad. Like it's horrible.
Oh my god.
But I'm kind of glad she did it at the same time because like if she hadn't, I probably still would have been scared to get on the highway because after you get on the highway and you start driving, you realize it's not as bad as it is driving in town or
For
in
sure.
Denver for that matter.
Just imagine that people actually have to learn driving like in Denver and like in the big cities. Like I could barely drive in this small town.
Like when I went up there and I lived up in Denver for a little bit for like a month, it once you know how to drive, you get used to it pretty quickly. Like it's not that bad. Like most everyone obeys traffic laws. Like they know how to drive.
That's good.
Yeah, like no one's like crossing 4 lanes of traffic,
No one's
stopping in the middle of the road. But it's not that bad. Like I feel like I could drive big cities. Like I'm not saying I want to go to like New York and try to drive up in New York, or I might survive in like Los Angeles.
Oh,
Like there's a lot of highways out there. Like I could probably survive. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be good, but I could probably make it to where I'm going.
you could probably live.
Might be missing a fender by the time I get to my destination, but we're gonna get there.
Like I want to visit,
I
but I don't know about traffic, man.
I can't really say anything because like I said, I've never been there, so I can't tell you how it is and how it's not.
I did like drive in Las Vegas for a little bit, and that was fucking terrible. Like the outskirts and stuff, it's not that bad because there's not that many traffic. But if you go into like the city part, oh my god,
Casinos.
that there's casinos in the airports, there's casinos in the gas stations, there's casinos anywhere you go. There's gonna be casinos in there.
uh, Sin City. That's it.
There's also like naked people walking around all the time.
Just walk down the street. Hey, how you doing, Jerry?
There's this guy, and he had like boots, but they're like stilettos,
Yeah.
and he had his face painted like Kiss, and he was wearing a speedo with like no butt cheeks, like 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 no thing
That's
fabric
why
to
it's
cover
called
that.
Sin City.
And I was just like, whoa.
Anything goes.
I took a picture of it.
Of course you did.
I never seen anything like that in my entire life, and that's kind of like what I want to do for a living now. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I can't. It's gross.
It's amazing.
It's gross.
There's also like girls you could take pictures with like they just have pasties on their nipples.
I'm assuming you took pictures as well.
No, you have to pay them money.
You can take a picture with me, but I want $50 for it.
I remember this guy. He kept saying that he would only pay them if they gave him their phone number, and they're like, No.
Yeah, yeah. That's yeah. Let's not do that.
He was drunk.
I feel like a lot of people are drunk in Vegas,
There's a lot of fights.
walking down the street.
Yes. You're just like, what the heck? A bunch of people were watching like these two girls going at it, like outside of a club. No, it wasn't two girls. It was like a girl and a guy, and she was like throwing his stuff at him. And there's just like a lot of fights in Vegas because like gambling is a thing, and people lose money. So I've seen a bunch of fights like that.
I don't. I think I would want to go to Vegas, but at the same time, like I don't. Like I want to go gambling eventually, like get a group of friends, like go play blackjack, poker, whatever. But at the same time, I also don't want to like walk down the street and like see like a naked man like screaming and yelling and tackle someone. Like
See,
I feel like that would happen in Vegas.
see, I'd rather see that than to go gambling.
It's like that's my favorite part of Vegas. What?
Yeah, that's my favorite part. Just watching other people. The people watching is the best in Vegas, by the way.
No, I'm good.
I really want to go for like the shows. I'm like really into RuPaul's Drag Race,
Oh.
and they do a show out there, and I really want to see that. I've been watching it like religiously.
Can you even spell RuPaul?
RuPaul. I can't spell at all.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if that's how it's spelled. I don't watch it, so I can't judge you.
Fact checkers? No, I'm just kidding. We don't have those.
Is that how you spell RuPaul? No, no one's there. Okay.
Let's ask Google.
Oh,
Okay, Google. Just kidding. We can't even afford that.
so if my phone goes off, I swear.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, you have a.
An Android?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have Okay Google on there?
Anything that's not Apple, yeah.
Oh, okay. My
Unless
bad.
it's is it Google? No, Google has OK. It should have OK Google. Why am I getting confused about that? What has Alexa? Because there's phones that have Alexa, aren't there?
I don't know.
I feel like there are. Anyway, moving on. Get hung up on that too long.
I thought it was just like a thing you put in your house. No?
The Echo Dot, yeah. That has Alexa. I know that does.
Huh. Well, I don't know. I don't know what phones have Alexa.
So I'm too poor to afford any of this, so. Goddamn bills.
I didn't even know what the Echo Dot was. I was like, what? Alright. I thought it's just called Alexa.
Yeah, no, see, I'm not. I'm poor. Like the Chinese food that I can afford is like the strip mall Chinese restaurants,
I don't.
which, by the way, is not good Chinese food. Most of the Chinese food that I've had, like the one here in town, like that actual restaurant, that's a good place. I can afford that if I save up money. But like strip mall Chinese food, I there was a place up in Springs, I believe, and I went in with my family. We were gonna eat Chinese food. We're like, yeah, it sounds good. It's right there. I ordered chowder, I believe.
Chowder?
It's a soup.
Ah.
It was clam chowder, and first of all, if you go to a Chinese restaurant and you're expecting New England clam chowder, don't expect New England clam chowder because you're in a Chinese restaurant.
Did you expect New England
I
clam chowder?
did, and I was like, oh, that sounds really good right now. So I ordered it. It was not New England clam chowder. It was like this dirty water with some kind of seafood in it and like
Ew.
carrots, and I don't know if that's how it was supposed to taste, but it didn't taste great. And the sweet tea, I ordered sweet tea because I love sweet tea. And I was like, yeah, this is going to be great.
The way you said that.
I-
You're like so passionate.
I love sweet, like everywhere I go, if I don't order sweet tea, it's either like lemonade or water or something like that.
I always get a strawberry lemonade, or if they don't have it, I just get water.
Like I sweet tea all the way. Anyway, I got the sweet tea, and I don't know what it was, but it tasted dirty. Like it tasted like someone had like
Clink.
dipped their foot into a jar of sugar to get the sugar from my tea, and then just plopped it in the tea and then mixed it with their big toe. Like it was so bad. Like I wanted to enjoy it because it was sweet tea, but I couldn't, and it was
How do you fuck up sweet tea?
I don't know. I was crying by the time I got out of that restaurant. I
Did everyone else you went with have like a similar experience?
it wasn't as bad for them, but I just had the worst time there. And don't get me wrong, I like Chinese food. Like I'll eat chow mein, I'll order egg drop soup,
Ooh.
but that place I don't know what went wrong. I I felt like I should have left like a negative review on Yelp.
You should have used that foot reference. Definitely on Yelp.
Just it tasted like someone dipped their big toe in my sweet tea. 1 star. No, but it was bad.
That sounds disgusting.
It was horrible.
I remember um I wanted to go to like one of those. We went to Pueblo and I was like, "Oh, let's go out to eat. Let's go out to eat." And every time we go like travel anywhere with like my parents and stuff,
Yeah.
they're like, "Bring a water and bring some crackers." So if you eat the crackers and you drink the water, the crackers expand in your stomach and you just get full. And that's how we would save money.
So your whole family's poor is what you're saying.
So we would just save money like that. And so my mom was like, "We're gonna go to Pueblo," and because I have like some family out there, and then also like they didn't have like a dentist here for the longest time,
They did, but you
but
just
like
probably didn't want to go there.
the orthodontist.
Oh yeah, because you had braces.
Yeah. So we would go up there to do it, and my mom was like, "We're gonna go eat out." And I was like, "Oh my god. Oh my god." And I remember like I used to call, well, I still call like Olive Garden and like Applebee's
Fancy.
fancy restaurants.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my god, we're going to go to a fancy restaurant." And I'm so happy. So we go, and it's not Olive Garden. It's not Applebee's. It's like this drive-through place, and it's called Bag of Burgers. So you pay I think like $7, and they just give you a bag of burgers, and it's like whatever is on them.
It's like we just made these and threw some stuff on it. Here you go.
Exactly. No fries, no drinks, just burger.
I mean, what is it? Five Guys. Five Guys gives you like a bag of fries. That's good, but
No.
it was good. It's delicious. I love Five Guys.
I love Five Guys too. Have you seen that tweet?
Yes, we don't need to talk about it.
But I want them to
No
know.
one, no one needs to know about. No one needs to know about it.
I'm craving some Five Guys. What's up? I got 4 homies.
I'm talking about the restaurant.
Exactly.
Anyway, oh
Have you ever been to it? It's called Bag of Burgers.
no,
Don't go.
no, I'm not planning on it. That doesn't sound appetizing at all.
Well, I told all my friends in high school, like I was like, I'm gonna go out to eat. Like hopefully I'll go to Applebee's or like, Olive Garden because I never tried
Red
them.
Lobster.
Uh,
I still I still consider those fancy. Like
I like I consider Red Lobster fancy, but like I don't know what I would like there.
it's seafood.
Exactly.
It's like I don't eat seafood that much.
No, not
I'm in a
really.
landlocked state.
Well,
Just
like I eat like
you're not
tuna
in a
sandwich.
landlocked state, by the way. Just in case, because I don't. You're kind of stupid sometimes. Got to make sure that you know that.
I know. I'm not that dumb.
Oh
Oh, another story I wanted to talk about was so I was talking to this guy and he was
yeah.
like, "Do you have any like do you wear not mascara, what is it? Fake lashes. He's like, do you wear fake lashes? And I was like, no, I don't really wear makeup that much. I was like, the last time that I wore fake lashes, or tried to anyways, I glued both my eyes shut.
How do you do this? Like,
So I never put them on before, and it was like for my Halloween costume, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So I put the lash glue on my eyelid, and then I tried to put it on, but I couldn't figure out like how to put it on, and so I was just moving my lashes, which was getting the glue everywhere, and then I could not open my eye.
see, that's part of the reason that I'm glad I'm not a girl, or like worried about the way I look most of the time. Like
Same.
I could not put on makeup every morning
I
just to go out.
I don't do
Like,
that.
oh, I'm gonna go to the store. I need to put on some blush and some eyeliner, and I need to put on my fake lashes. Like, I barely have the motivation to shave every morning. Like,
Or shower
I I shower every 2 days.
every 2 days.
Every 2 days.
I shower like
Well, every other day, I guess that's how you say it.
yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. I try to shower every day. Sometimes it's every other day, but it depends. Like
See, you're not moved out of the house yet. You still don't understand the struggle of paying a water bill. I can't afford to shower
even
every
when
day.
I lived by myself, I still like showered every day because like I want to make good impressions.
I'd rather save like $5 on my water bill than make a good impression on someone.
I'm in college. There's cute boys everywhere, so I'm like, no, I'm gonna shower.
I
I even wore makeup like sometimes, not every day. Like who has the time and the energy? But like sometimes.
yeah, no, I couldn't. Hold on. See, even for my dating profile,
Oh my
I
god, you're gonna show me your
I'm
dating profile?
I'm gonna show you the pictures. Like, I didn't even.
Have you opened it since?
I have, like, a little bit after we made the first episode, I went back on.
You're like, oh, maybe we should put your like
Let's not.
your thing in like the bio, and not the bio, but like the or yeah, the bio, right?
People start hitting me up. It's like,
Yeah. So if you want to see what Ryan looks like, you want to go on a date with Ryan.
please don't.
He's a tall 4'11", and he also does events. So if you want like strippers, hit him
I
up.
definitely not a stripper, so we're not doing that.
He only showers every other day, so you have to book it on the right day.
Just make sure you know what day he showers. All right.
Yeah, what days do you shower, Ryan?
It's every other day. Do you not realize that changes every week?
Yeah, but what's this week? Are you gonna shower today?
I did.
Okay, so we showered today, ladies. Time to book it.
If someone contacts me and says what days I shower, like 3 months from now, it's like, I know you took a shower today. It's like, how do you know that? It's like, because the day that you posted this, I went back and tracked what day it would be.
I don't know what day we're gonna post this, but it's
It should
Sunday, February
Don't-
7th.
It'll probably be up tomorrow.
Most likely. Tomorrow's my birthday. I finally turned 21.
Oh God, are we still drinking? Is that something you want to do?
I want to. I asked Adriana, and she's like, yeah, I have a bar boyfriend, so we could hit him up as well.
Yeah, that's. So yeah, that's my senior picture.
I like that.
That's my senior picture.
Wait.
That's my profile picture.
No! Please tell me you didn't. That's so bad.
It's
Okay, you need to remove this one. This one is okay, though. But that one is really cringe.
It gets worse. Let's just say that.
Wait, can I see it getting worse? That's not too bad.
What? There's okay. I never realized that one's in there twice, but
You need to remove that one. Both of them.
it's my profile picture. I didn't want to take any more pictures, so I was like, you
Let's
know
talk
what?
about your bio. What's in your bio? Read it to us.
Oh God. All right. I'm not good at explaining myself in any form
I don't think anyone is.
at all. Like
You
I
just gotta stand
sat
out.
there for like an hour trying to figure out what I wanted to put, and after an hour, I came up with, "Hey, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm a shy person until you get to know me, but I get funnier after that. At least that's what the voices in my head keep saying."
Oh my god, please tell me you didn't put that. They're gonna
I
think you're
did.
fucking crazy.
I am crazy. Don't don't at me.
Don't try him.
Don't you remember that 5'6" dude in middle school? I, I enjoy cooking and trying new foods. I'm planning to move to California in a bit, so ask me about that. Also, my dog.
That's so bad. Don't say you're gonna move to
I'm
California, because then they're gonna be like, oh, don't hit him up
well.
because
That's the thing is like I'm not like it's cool. Like I'm fine with like a long distance relationship. I have no problem with that.
a lot of people don't like that.
There's some people that do. Like I feel like if you find someone that's okay with a long distance relationship, like genuinely okay with it, I feel like they're worth your time. Like if you can be loyal and in a relationship from a distance,
But how do you know that?
well you don't. But if you're okay with it at the same time, then that's someone that has like morals, you know?
Yeah. I figured like I would like long distance relationships because like sometimes people get on my nerves and I don't want to hang them out with them every day. But and a lot of people like when you're dating they want to hang out every day and I'm like, dude, I don't want to.
So I really don't want to see you right now, so fuck off.
No, not like that, but like they want to like hang out every minute of every day, and I'm like, nah, like I kind of want to do some other stuff, or I want to hang out with friends,
Yeah, I can see that.
but I don't think I could do long. I did do long distance, and it was pretty bad. So, but they were also not like you said very loyal or moral. So
Yeah. See,
maybe if they were, it would be it would have worked out.
maybe I should replace that picture with one of my senior pictures from high school.
I don't know if you should. Why don't
The-
you explain to
there
that whole
there's
story?
already one in there of me and like my Stitch onesie. So
Yeah, but
what's a
that's
tutu gonna do?
okay. The Stitch onesie, like, I'm like, oh, that's kind of like if I was looking at the profile, saying like I
Yeah.
was looking at it, I'm gonna critique it. Okay, I'm gonna critique it. The Stitch onesie, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. Like,
Yeah.
maybe he'll buy me a onesie, and we can watch movies.
Not gonna lie, that was a gift for Christmas, so probably not gonna buy another onesie.
But like, uh, you in a tutu, like maybe I'm like, oh, he has a sense of humor, but
At the
I'm not.
same time,
At the same time, I'm gonna be like,
is he gay?
question your sexuality a little bit.
Anyway, so my senior pictures for the yearbook, I promised one of my friends, and I'm sure she's gonna listen to this. I don't remember what I bet her, but she won the bet, and she said that if she won, that I was gonna have to wear a tutu and a tiara for my senior pictures.
You know, that's really cool how you went through with it. Because, like, I made bets with a lot of people, and, like, we do, like, crazy stuff, and they
Yeah.
never go through with it.
See, I don't have a problem with it though. Like, if I bet you something, like I'll probably go through with it. Like I'm not scared of a lot of things.
That's good. I'm scared of everything.
Like, that show Impractical Jokers?
Yeah, of course.
I could probably do that.
You'd be, like, really. You are like a Joe, whereas I'm like a Cell.
I could probably do a lot of things like Joe does, but there are some things that I've seen on the show that I definitely couldn't do.
Like what?
Like they get a little like racist sometimes.
Oh
Like
yeah,
the racist jokes
yeah.
they make.
I
Like
feel that.
even they can't do those sometimes.
I would not do that.
But yeah, like I wore a tutu for my senior pictures. They took pictures of me. I think there's one of me like on the swings, and I like jumped off and like I'm midair. But
I don't think I've seen that one.
probably not. They probably didn't use it. But I told them, yeah, we're gonna post these in the yearbook. But I have different senior pictures for the slideshow that we're gonna do when we graduate.
Did you take those? Like, did someone professionally take them?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my!
because
So you paid money and they still.
yeah, I paid money because my family wanted to send out my senior pictures and the card and everything
Yeah,
to like my family, and everyone would invite them to the graduation. So I was going to use those for the slideshow.
yeah.
The person in charge of the slideshow just completely disregarded that, put in the tutu photos, and yeah,
And now everyone's sitting in like.
yeah, just seeing this grown ass man walking down the stage, and his photo comes up, and he's in a tutu and a tiara.
You know, it's like you're a fairy because you're tiny. And...
I'm not that small, but yes. I think even there's a part in the yearbook, this is the most likelies. I think mine, I believe mine was most likely to become a princess.
that's good. I never talk to anyone, and it's not well. I also have social anxiety, so I'm like scared to talk to people.
I do too. I don't. That's why I'm surprised at like what I put in my dating profile. Like yesterday, I saw one of our friends at Walmart, and
Who?
Alyssa.
Oh, okay.
I never realized until I talked to or like said hi to her yesterday as she was walking past. Like when I see someone that I think I recognize, I stare at them for a good
I
like
do
10 to
too.
15 seconds trying to figure out if I know them.
Especially with the mask on, you can't
Yeah,
tell.
like I was staring at her like intently trying to figure out if she was Alyssa or not. And she's like, "Hey Ryan." I was like, "Oh hi."
I'm gonna ask her about this.
Like imagine you meeting me for the first time and you look like someone I know and I'm just like staring you down trying to figure who you are.
The thing is, like, if I know you really well, then I'll go up and talk to you and I'll be like, "Hey Ryan, what's up?"
Yeah.
But if I only met you a few times and we're not on like best friend terms, I don't
Yeah.
know if I should talk to you or not. And then I have this internal struggle on whether I should talk to you, and I just stare at you.
Yeah, see, I just stare at you to try to figure out who you are. Like it's difficult because like I know people that look like other people. So I'm trying to figure out who you are and like I don't mean to like stare into your soul, but I do.
And you're like staring up so they could tell.
It's bad. And then I just feel awkward afterwards because like if it's not someone that I knew, then I just stared at that person for like 15 seconds, making
15
them
minutes.
feel awkward, making them feel like they have to say hi to me because I'm just staring at them waiting for their response.
I'm gonna do that to you next time. I'm just gonna stare at you until you say hi or something instead of just saying hi.
I probably wouldn't say, honestly, because I know it's you, I probably wouldn't say hi to you. What the fuck you want? Stop
What?
looking at me.
What if there's like someone that looks like me and you do that?
I probably, like, if they looked like you, like exactly like you, like your doppelganger, and like they were like staring at me, like, what the fuck you want? Alyssia? And they'd be like, who? What? Who's Alyssia?
I'm gonna do that to him.
I probably still wouldn't believe it. Like, I'd probably still be making fun of you. Like, even if it wasn't you, like, what do you mean? Shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
They're gonna report you to the
I know,
authorities.
like I'm in a Walmart and like security comes. It's like, what are you doing? It's like we got word that you were harassing one of our customers. So no, that's my friend. I know her. Getting dragged out of a Walmart.
So I saw this thing the other day, and I was watching this video, and they said that they flipped off one of their friends when they were passing by, and we always do that. Like if
Yeah.
we see each other in public, or if we're driving and we see each other, we flip each other off. Well, there was this girl, or I don't know, guy, I don't remember, but she flipped the guy off, or the girl, and she got so offended. And she's like, don't even talk to me. They got into a big fight. And he's like, that's what I just do. Like, if I see my friend, I do that. And, like, it reminded me of us. Because we
Yeah.
always flip each other off when we see each other.
Yeah. See, that's like a level of friendship you have to get to, though.
True. And that's my favorite level.
Like, I'm trying to think of someone, like, I'm not at that level of friendship with, like, Jordan. Like, he probably feels comfortable because he's comfortable in a lot of situations. But I haven't seen him in a while, and I haven't talked to him in a while. And, like, we didn't really talk that much in school. So I'd feel a little bit, like, uncomfortable, like,
Flipping him off.
yeah. He'd probably flip me off, like, because that's who he is, like, he feels comfortable. But, like, I'm not, so I'd be like, oh, okay, thanks.
That's how you know which level you're on. If you just wave, you're like, you're okay, friends.
Yeah.
If you, like, flip each other off, you're like, homies.
Or if you tackle someone while they're walking down the street, that's another level. Because I've done that to Josh.
You tackled him? Did he know it was you at first?
Probably not.
He's like, holy shit,
Yeah.
Michael.
Dude, like, there was so many games that me and him played. Like, do you remember Mr. President? I don't know if we ever told you Mr. President.
I think so, but I don't remember the rules. I remember it, though.
I wanna explain the sandwich game, but at the same time I don't, because, like, and then everyone that listens has to play. So
Just explain it. Just explain it.
it's like, I'll know if you listened, and I will come up to you. No, anyway, Mr. President. It's a game that
Did you make it up?
no, it's a legit game. Not a lot of people know about it, but it's a legit game. So what you do is, everyone who knows how to play, they have two fingers. They put them up to their ear,
Like an agent.
like
Yeah.
like an agent. And the last person to put up the fingers to their ear after, like, everyone in the group that knows how to play is the president. And then once they realize that everyone else has their hands up to their ears, everyone shouts, "Get down, Mr. President," and just tackles that person.
Oh my god.
So that's what I had done to Josh. I'm pretty sure he didn't know I was behind him. So I ran up, tackled him, and I was like, "Get down, Mr. President." He didn't go down.
Oh, I figured.
I'm 4'11". He's like 6 foot, so he works out. I don't.
You're just hanging on him.
The koala. Where did this koala come from? What the?
I hope it doesn't have. What did they get? Chlamydia?
Chlamydia. Yep.
Hope this koala doesn't have chlamydia.
But yeah, that's. Oh, it's just.
You want to explain the sandwich game?
I kind of do, but at the same time, I don't.
I remember playing it and
You're the one we told you before. We told you. Once you know the rules, you are required to play.
I wanted to know. It was so intriguing.
Once you know, it is a requirement, no matter where you are, what you're doing.
You have to play.
You are playing. And you're like, yeah, let's go. And then you regretted it.
You guys destroyed it. I didn't even have anything left to eat.
It was still there. Just had to sit
I
back
remember
together.
one of the other guys that didn't know about it, he felt bad because he saw you guys just punching my sandwich. And he was like, what the fuck?
Why are they doing that? What is...
And he was like, I don't know what they're doing, but I have a tamale if you want one. So I got a free tamale out of it. So fuck you guys.
Shit, I made tamales last night. It was horrible. Have you ever made tamales before? Like by yourself?
No.
It's like I've been there for the process.
Yeah, I've helped. There's like usually we make it like around Christmas, so there's like 3 of us, 4 of us if we're.
Dude, it takes forever. Like the night before, because I had to make the meat,
Mm-hmm.
I had stayed up till 2:30 because you have to boil the meat, you have to make sure it's tender enough, then you have to shred it, and you have to add the seasonings. And I was sitting there. There's there was a legit chunk of meat that I just forgot to shred
Oh god.
because I was so tired. I literally just looked at it, put it in the fridge, wrapped it up, and then put the rest of the meat in, finished it, put it away, and went to bed. I woke up the next morning and I was like, "What is it?" Like, it was like a ball of tinfoil. I was like, "What is this?" And I pulled it out and it was a meat. I was like, "Well, that's an extra like dozen tamales that I could have made."
Damn. Did you make them?
No, like it's still in the ball of tinfoil.
I was talking to my coworker about tamales, and he said he's like for the longest time I didn't like tamales, and I was like, why? Like they're so good, and he was like, because I didn't know you had to.
The husk.
Yeah, he would eat it with the husk, and I was like, dude, and
You're supposed to take the husk off.
he's like, I'm white, and I was like, that's no excuse. He's like, when I finally moved down here, then I realized that you had to take the husk off and eat it like that. But my family used to eat them with the husk on, and I was like, no, that's not how you do it, bro.
See, that's the problem though. Is like one of the problems that I have with selling people my tamales is I'm not white. So when someone asks me how spicy something is, I don't know how to answer them because when I taste spice, I taste spice. But when I don't taste spice, someone else is dying.
I remember because we did the hot sauce challenge, and I was
You were
dying.
dying. Yeah, we I went all the way to the top. It wasn't like a I don't even know how hot it was, but it to me it was like my chili. That's how hot I make my chili. You guys got like halfway through and started dying. It was bad. Like I can't explain spice to people. That's my problem.
Yeah, because you eat too spicy.
That's how I was raised. Like my mom made chili. She made chili beans, all these spicy things, and if we didn't eat them, we didn't have food. It's like if you don't want to eat this, you can go to bed. I was like, okay. Just sitting there with my tortilla, just like tears rolling down my face, crying. Like I eventually got used to it, but like the first 10 years of my life, I suffered. Oh,
Oh, there's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. And then we could probably end it because it's like an hour.
it's
Okay,
about that time, yeah.
so I had a dream, and it was
Okay.
not last night, but the night before, and it was about you.
Is this gonna be like a weekly thing, like Alyssia's dream?
It could be, dude. I have so many fucking weird dreams. So we were at our 5-year reunion.
That's coming up, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So you know how we put our chairs like how we graduated?
Yeah,
So it was like that in a way. It was like those
that's
chairs.
kind of weird.
Yeah, and we were sitting in a box, and we were talking about like what we accomplished, and you and me like accomplished a lot with this podcast apparently in my dream, and we were like rich.
I thought you were gonna say like you and me are like living on the streets because we're poor.
Well, no,
That's probably the reality.
that's already now. But okay, so you come in and you're like, I bought a nice outfit for the thing, and I was like, all right, cool.
It wasn't my tuxedo shirt from last time.
No, it was like this flowy shirt, and you had it like it was like a deep V-neck, and it was like it had floral all over it, and it was bright yellow.
Was I at least wearing my tutu?
No,
No. Well, that's a
you
disappointment.
were wearing like really skinny pants, like so skinny, and then you had like these brown like flat shoes, and and I was And I was sitting with like Jonathan and like the
Yeah,
friends
our
that we were,
group.
yeah, and we all started clapping and you were like bowing and you're like yeah, and then
It's like, thank you.
and then
Yes, you should feel.
there's like people younger than us there too, like a few grades younger than us that
I can see
graduated
that.
as
Yeah.
well, and this girl walks by, and I think she used to date Jacob, not Yates, but the other one.
Okay.
We used to call her Tina.
Okay.
I don't remember her real name. I have a lot of names,
Yeah.
like nicknames. I don't know anyone's real name that was like not in our class, which is probably good for the podcast. But I don't remember anyone's real name. Anyways, we called her Tina because she looked like Tina off of Bob's Burgers,
Yeah.
and she walks by in the same outfit. Except she had like an undershirt, whereas you were just showing your whole chest. And like all the little hairs, your chest hairs. And
Yep.
you look by and you're like, and you got like this sad look on your face. And I was rolling on the floor dying. And I even woke up laughing.
I fell out of the bed, and that's why I woke up.
Exactly.
Oh. All right. Well, that was something. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Stop by for more shenanigans.
Also, find Ryan on Bumble
Please don't.
and hit him up, ladies.
Please don't.
See you next week.